about the new news about Danganronpa 2X2 from the Anime Expo?
What, for me to get my hopes up? I'm not expecting much news from that Anime Expo. Come on now, I don't even know why you're bringing this up to me.
Well, actually, they brought out some interesting information. Mind you, do you want to hear about what they called the name for the new scenario?
Come on now, I don't know why you're even trying to push this onto me. I know it's probably some wacky name. They're calling the new scenario mode Slay Him. Excuse me? Yeah, that piqued your interest now, didn't it? Yeah, I thought so. Oh. Why did you say so sooner? All right, we gotta make a video about this. Hello? That sounds insane. All right. What is up, guys? We're now back with a new video. Today we are now talking about Danganronpa 2X2. As they said, there was some Danganronpa 2x2 news that happened at the Anime Expo. Let's go ahead and talk about it real quick. So for starters, Spike Chudsoft had released their message, and they basically specified that they're going to push their release date back from 2026 to 2027, which I'll be honest with you, I'm very surprised that they also said early 2027, because I'll be so transparent with you. I thought they were going to delay this all the way back to mid 2027, like in the summertime, because I want them to take as long as they need. I am the type of person that I have no rush for anything. I have a lot of things occupied. I want to make sure that they truly give us a phenomenal game. I have a feeling that it's going to be so fun, and I'm very excited for it. So that's for starters. So the early 2027 very surprised me. I still somehow feel like it's gonna be like mid 2027 in the summertime, but if they bring it out early, the early could be, I would hope, be somewhere around April, because I really want them to take as much time as you need. So that's the starters. Then when we go to their news feed, you're gonna get more details. Now in the news, they talk about what everything that they basically showcased during their expo. So for starters, we already know it's going to get delayed for 2027. We got that part. Now they added this thing called Slay Him. That is an insane name to give. Like, think about it from this perspective, bro. Everyone knows the definition of mayhem is violent and rowdy disorder, utter chaos and confusion. So now you add slay in front of it. This means it is going to be an absolute fucking massacre. Like, to see something of this magnitude that's called Slay Him, and the fact that it looks so red, bloody, and everything is the scariest part about what's going to happen. I'm actually so terrified on what this is, because the original, look at the original scenario, literally shows all types of life, hope, rainbows, and sunshine, and it was still terrifying. So the fact that you have Slay Him all in straight blood with chains everywhere, this already proves to me everyone is cooked. I showed in a video before, one of my previous videos, that like, these are my recommended survivors, killers, and everything. No, with this new mode, here's exactly how it's gonna look like. It's gonna look like this. Every single person is fucking cooked. There are 0 survivors. And if there was any survivors in this, I'll be honest with you, the only person I see out this entire list that I feel like could somehow make it out of this Slay Him scenario is literally Peko. You could probably pitch in probably Nekomaru and Akane if you really wanted to, but I ain't gonna lie, I think only Peko surviving this, dog. I'm not gonna lie to you. This shit, everyone dying. I'm honest with you, every single person is getting wiped out the face of the earth. So that's crazy. That title card alone already has me shook it to the core. And I've heard some insane theories so far. Like, one theory talked about Izuru puts in Juko within the game and puts in themselves. They are going to end up being already transplanted into the game with all their despair mode selves. None of them are going to be their normal selves. They're all going back to despair mode, every single one of them. So that was one theory about we get put into the game and then we turn into ultimate spirit despair immediately. I've heard of another scenario where this one was a crazy one. I don't even know if that's going to be the case. They believe that the double kill rule is not going to apply here to this scenario. Meaning, you know how Mikon had killed Ibuki and then tried to set it up in the room that looks like a suicide, but then Hyoko walked into the Titty Typhoon area and then she died because of the fact that she ended up witnessing and seeing the murder and was just collateral damage, and then Mikan basically couldn't do any more killings because the rule was already set up, which she wasn't going to anyway. Basically the rule is going to apply that, yeah, that rule's not going to apply here, meaning there could be a potential chance that we get multiple chapters with multiple double kills. Hell, we could even have a chapter that ends up having a triple kill. Like, it's going to be more of a slaughter fest than normal before, which I don't know if that's going to be the case, because this new scenario with Slayham is 20% more than the original. So imagine the original being 30 hours of content. Basically, because Slayham is 20% more of the original, that mode is going to be about 36 hours of content. That's just as an example, depending on how long it takes for you to play the game. So I've heard that insane scenario as well. Like, what the hell? My take on this is that I have a feeling that it might be one of those things where we all arrive at the island, everything's gonna be normal. We're gonna all talk with each other like normal. Everything's gonna be just like the original concept, where we all talk and meet up with each other as normal when we first start off the game. However, what's going to end up happening is that we are going to end up swaying away from the path. Like how after we was done talking, we all head up and we went to the beach. Usami told us to come to the beach, and we basically was putting on a swimsuit, and then we was gonna go to the water. I feel like it's gonna be some path where we're going to find a new spot or some new area, or there's this one screenshot that keeps getting shown every single time, and it's this one. I feel like this plays a purpose. There is something with Hajime and Nagito. Seeing this boat is going to trigger some scenario, because the scenario I'm thinking is that personally, we are all gonna turn back into ultimate despair. Every single one of us is gonna be ultimate despair in this killing game. Hajime is no longer gonna be the Hajime we know. We're gonna actually turn from Hajime straight to Azura Kamakura. We are going to play this game as Azura Kamakura. That might be insane. I don't think that's going to be the case, but I feel like that could be such an insane concept to see every single one of us back to ultimate despair. But I don't know if that's going to be really the true case though. Like, cause every time I look back at the Slayham picture, dude, I just cannot believe how dark it is. Like, dude, the original was dark, and it was just Usami shit. So the fact the original is all sunshine and rainbows, and we got all these chains, dude, I cannot seem to theorize why it's like this, but it just gives me that feeling that it is not going to be a good time at all. It might be one of the darkest modes of all time. This new mode is going to put us in so much despair beyond despair. Like, I just find that absolutely crazy. So that's what I think. And then there was another theory I've also heard as well, which I still think that's also really insane, is that people believe, or at least one person believed, that we're going to come into this game, because I'll be honest with you, I don't know what they're going to do with Chiaki now that we all know how Chiaki operates and that she's an AI. I wonder to myself, what is going to be her purpose? This one person had said, what if Chiaki dies in the beginning of the scenario, and Junko, because she was meant to be inserted into the game, Junko's inserted and takes over Chiaki's body. Now that would suck for some of the Chiaki fans that really love Chiaki for who she is. But when I look back, I'm like, wait, what if Chiaki dies and Junko takes over Chiaki's? No. I think that's absolutely way off left field insanity. I could never see it, but you don't know with how this new program shit's gonna work. Something's gonna happen with this new world program. Because remember that at the end of the day, the end goal is to take everyone's bodies. So I wonder if Junko's AI takes over Chiaki's AI, and Junko is basically in Chiaki's body. Insanity, I don't see it, but it's something to think about. Another scenario I could see happen, which I'm thinking in my mind would be a crazy theory to go out with. You know how the most recent game, 100 Line Defense, has like 100 endings within their game? What if Kodaka does a route where the Slayham mode ends up having multiple endings, multiple different routes? Now, I feel like that's crazy for only 20% more content, and I won't say there's like a whole shit ton of different endings, But what if there's a scenario where they take some influence from 100 Line Defense Academy from that game and all the different routes that you can take, and it ends up happening within Danganronpa 2x2, where depending on our influence of the game could depend on if there's different killers, different victims, different tricks, scenarios within the slam mode. I think this is way left off field and is probably so fucking wrong, but I thought I'd just bring that out there. Like, if they end up doing like a 100 line defense route where you actually do a bunch of different like routes, not all the way through, but some choices you make could sway away different choices within the game. That could be absolutely cinema as well, depending. I don't know if that's going to be the case, like basically people having their own different types of playthroughs. Just a thought. Don't think that's going to be the case, but I thought I'd put that out there. There's a whole shit ton of theories, man. I'm telling you, like, oh my God, it makes me that much more excited about this game. I'm in the more inclined part of that. We're going to start off this game, talk as normal. We're going to sway the path to see something else entirely, and then it changes up the entire aspect. Then we all become ultimate despair again, and now we are more devious than ever. Like, we're all gonna hate each other and shit. Like, we'll still do like regular talks here and there, but we're all gonna be more on it's gonna be just such a darker tone, which is crazy. But like I said, that's my thought. So I think that's going to be crazy with that screenshot. So as we know, slams, the certain trigger dramatic different chains with different victims, culprits, and tricks. So offer 20% more content, which is why I don't know if the whole theory about us getting absolutely slaughtered will be the case, because I feel like with the game being a lot more content than normal, I feel like they're going to still play the regular Danganronpa route, but it just may be just such a more darker tone, because that's another thing too. The deaths of this game could end up being more drastic than normal. Like, we might be seeing something more diabolical, and that's why it's called Slay Him, because of you're gonna see some way darker killers, like culprits and tricks, like things that you're not even going to literally expect. I think that new mode is going to be so crazy. So then we get to there, we saw this, then the world map. Now I've seen some videos. I cannot show the screenshots because I don't want Spike Chunsoft getting on my head, because I think they specified in the Anime Expo, try not to show any video clips or anything of that nature about what, because I've seen some on Twitter, so I will not specify where I saw them, but you know they're out there. But I saw how the pool was looking, dog. This shit is absolutely immaculate as fuck. Oh my God. The scenery on this station at the pool, bro, if I was in this game, brother, I'm never leaving. You're telling me unlimited food and I get to swim in something like this? By the way, I do believe someone's gonna die in this pool. Just an FYI, because this pool looks too immaculate for it not to get used in the killing game. I'm sorry. That I ain't gonna lie, someone dead in there, but that shit looks beautiful as hell. I'm not even gonna lie to you. One of the most cleanest of pools ever. So the scene showing the pool, beautiful as heck. I really love the scenery, and the way the game looks is so fluent. They also showed how Hajime was running in 3D. So they gave like a quick glimpse in the Anime Expo of him running in 2D, and then they swapped over, and then you see his layout running in 3D mode. You can also fast forward a little bit if you want, so because he's basically running fast as hell. And I'm telling you, the scenery and the 3D world map was also very beautiful, which is why I'm like, oh, that makes me so ecstatic for this game. And lastly, yo, the character portraits. Now, because I saw some of the character portraits and their movements, dog, Nekomaru, oh my God, his animation for him was so clean. The electricity that was coming out of his eyes, and it was more in a subtle pace. I'm sorry, I don't care what nobody says. I'm playing this game with all the animations. Some are not the biggest fan of it, which I don't know if Spike Chunsoft and the Danganronpa team is going to take their time to decide to, let's keep it to where you have an option to decide to keep them turned off, so their regular still pics versus animation, they were so clean. Dude, Nekomaru looks so fucking good. It was honestly insane. And then Kazuichi, he did that little animation with like showing himself with his thumb down. Yo, it was beautiful. And I'm telling you, the characters just look so good. The style and everything about them. It makes me that much more ecstatic for this game. And also, I will say that junk got me a little bit tight, but I think they're just saving her for the actual when you actually get to play the game. I really wanted to see, because on one of the videos they showed Hiyoko, mind you, one of the most overhated characters of all time. I'm praying they give her justice, but dog, she looks real nice. I love her style, like her hair. Also, it looks like she has a bear in one of her pins, and people are already coming up with Hiyoko Mastermind theories because she has a bear pin. Because I think in Danganronpa 2, she didn't have a bear as one of her pins that was on her hair. So the fact that she has a bear on one end and another animal on another, yo, I'm telling you, that it's like they're already coming up with Hiyoko Mastermind theories. But regardless, she looks so good in the game, like her fluent sprites and everything within it. And then the title cards, very cool. I am ecstatic. They did Hiyoko justice. I'm praying that she has absolutely insane development, because Hiyoko was one of the ones that bullied Mikan a lot in Danganronpa 2, but I was one of those ones that's like, I know she was trying to say all that in a playful way, and I was trying to give her the benefit of the doubt. I wasn't on her case like some other people, like they couldn't stand her for the life of it. I'm hoping she does get like better development though, but I didn't have like super problems with her. Like, no, she was still a problem, but I didn't have like insane problems with her when I watched Danganronpa 2 back in the day. So yeah, all the characters looks good. The world map is absolutely good. And this Slay Hell mode is going to be the biggest key factor of it all. I am absolutely ecstatic for what to expect with this. I just cannot wait to see what the fuck are we going to get ourselves into, because as of right now, I have it. Everyone is getting slaughtered, with the exception of Peko. I'm sorry, if anyone's surviving this scenario, it's gonna be Peko. I have Peko either surviving. You could probably chalk up probably Nekomaru as another one that could also survive, and you could maybe say Akane, because they're all strong. All of them are strong as shit. But I don't know why, I just feel like Akane this time, she's cooked. But I think everyone's getting absolutely washed. Everyone's getting cooked in this scenario. There's a lot of things I'm very excited for, and trust me when I say I'm to the moon. First off, I can't believe that they really made this say early 2027 instead of mid 2027. So I'll take that. I'm wholeheartedly totally fine with that. And the theories, oh man, I know people are gonna be going crazy with the theories. To me, I'm excited about this. I'm curious to hear what are your thoughts about, what do you believe these new scenarios? What are your thoughts on them? What do you think is going to be the case for why Slayem is like this? Why it's all chained up? And I don't know why, I feel like the chains being around gated like this plays also a factor. It's like, this is one of the darkest titles I've ever seen. Like, and maybe it's just doing that to play a facade to us and could be faking us out, and it's really not as bad as we think it is. But for some reason, you can't just splash all that blood in front of a freaking title card and for a new scenario and make me think I'm coming into this with happy vibes. I'm going into this with straight despair off the rip. Oh god, oh my gosh. So I thought I'd put this out there. Wanted to make this video because when I saw the news about the Anime Expo and what's to entail with this, I'm actually pretty hyped. I'm actually super hyped. Not to the hype of to get my hopes up, because trust me when I say this, it takes a lot for me to get disappointed about anything. I don't get disappointed about games, rarely. I try to look a lot into the good than the bad. It's just how I've always am. A lot of people like to shit on things if it's really bad, because a prime example, let's be real, everyone knows that Ultra Despair Girls is one of those games that gets crucified to the highest degree. It is a terrible game, trust me, but I try to look at the good of that game more than the bad, and there was a lot of bad. Trust, there was a lot of bad. Oh, don't even get me started. It's one of those games that I don't recommend, but if you want to know more about the story, you really have to suffer through it. But you know, that's just my personal thought process. So let me put a quick disclaimer out there that trust me, I'm not shitting on Ultra Despair Girls at all. It's just me saying that the game, when I say terrible, I mean it's a good terrible. So let me go and clarify that real quick, just in case someone is like, why is everyone always on UDGs? No, it's one of those games where like there's a good bit of good that I really liked within the game, but then the bads hit you and you're like, it leaves you a bad taste in your mouth, but you still can enjoy the game for what it's worth. I always try to look at more of the positive sides of the games than the negatives, and I personally enjoyed it for myself besides some of those bad moments. But if you can get past those bads, you can take the game for what it's worth. So I wanted to put that disclaimer out there. I'm not one of the ones that shitting on UDG. I actually enjoy that. I actually enjoyed the mechanics within the game. Yeah, see the side of Kamaru and Toko and see their story develop and build up within the game was honestly phenomenal to me. So I enjoyed that. But the bad stuff that was in it, yeah, you get the idea. So just want to put that quick disclaimer out there, just in case anybody was wondering, like, you know, am I hating on it? No, I'm not hating the shit out of it, but there's moments where you're like, holy shit, why is this happening? But you know, it is what it is. And it's like I say, it's meant to go for that super dark tone, but some of the dark tones is like, you know, it's just, yeah, other than that, all right, that's it. Back to the video. That's it. That's all my thoughts that I have for the 2x2 news. I'm very excited for what Danganronpa 2x2 is going to bring us. I'm sure we're going to get a little bit more news as we get closer now towards the end of 2027. I think at this point, they're going to worry more about making sure it's developing smooth. And then I'm thinking we're not going to see this get released till April timeframe. The latest I still see is another pushback to mid-summertime 2027. But if they do release this, I think their early will be sometime in the April timeframe, maybe somewhere late March, early April. That's what my theories is and my predictions. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. If you watch this video, this one was a shorter one, and y'all probably happy about that, because if you're new here watching me on my channel, I play a lot of Danganronpas because I love creators that make fangans of Danganronpa and bring out their own stories with it, still with the love of the original series. Like, they still love Danganronpa, but also just want to make their own fangans to keep your mind fresh. I love that shit. So, but trust, when Danganronpa 2x2 comes out, we are so fucking locked in. Oh my goodness. But yeah, I'm very excited for what this is going to bring. I feel like more news is going to come out later on within the year to talk about what the plan is for this game. I don't know if they will do it, but I feel like they might end up trying to aim for giving us a demo in some sort later down the line, or maybe not at all, but like a small little tiny demo that's given out to the release of the public so you could try it a little bit for yourself. I'm definitely curious about it if they will do that. I don't think they probably will. They will, but still, regardless, very excited, very happy. This news coming out was absolutely peak, and I cannot wait to see what 2x2 is going to bring for us. We still have a while to go before that happens. I thought I'd provide my thoughts on how I feel about everything and the excitement I have for this game immensely. So if you watch this video, thank you very much. I go by Stefan. I hope you enjoy your stay. I play a lot of Danganronpas on this channel, and I watch some shows as well, do some reaction channel shows on this channel from time to time. So hope this is something that you will enjoy or like, and if not, I thank you for just stopping by in general. And I'm curious to hear your thoughts in the comments about what you personally believe your theories are for the Slayer mode and why it's so dark like that. That's it. Thank you very much for your time, and I really do hope I could see you all in the next video. Later.